What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Motivational Monday. We had a long weekend because of Thanksgiving and stuff. I hope that you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving and had a great time with your family. And right now it is winter update season, and we're really busy. We got a bunch of stuff going on, but been thinking a lot about Charlie Brown and what we're going to do with it and how we're going to do it and what we're going to improve and all this stuff. So me, Heath, and Brad are constantly texting just different ideas and all this stuff, and it made me think about a lot of times we get questions, or I see people pose questions on the internet or wherever it is of like what really makes a successful race program. So I just started thinking about, I think we're fairly successful at what we do. Why is it like that? And the thing that really I just really started thinking about, and it's the vision that makes it successful. Now, I want you to kind of walk with me on a journey here. The vision for us is to win, okay? And that never changes. And the three of us together, that vision is exactly the same. So everything we do for our program is to win. And when we get to the racetrack, there's subsequent things that happen. We still want to have fun. We want to enjoy our time and all that stuff. But the overshadowing thing is victory. That's what we want. In drag racing, the thing that I love about it probably the most is it is the simplest thing. And I'm talking about heads-up drag racing, not bracket racing, but heads-up drag racing is the simplest sport on the planet, but we tend to make it complicated. So the way that our team works is Brad and Heath are the tuners. Like they make tuning decisions. I sit in the seat and drive. A lot of times people come up to me stage and like, well, how fast are you trying to go? Buddy, I have no idea. My job is to let go of this button as fast as possible and navigate this thing down the racetrack. I don't care when you stage. I don't care how you stage. I don't care if I go in first, I go in second, it doesn't matter. You can take as long as you want. I'm a nitrous car, so as soon as you roll the second bulb, it just does not matter. You can do whatever. The vision is the same. We make it down the racetrack, and we want to get down the racetrack as fast as possible. So your loss or whatever happened has nothing to do with the person in the other lane. We don't even really talk about the person in the other lane when we're going to race. Our job is to make our race car as fast as possible in whatever lane we're given or whatever lane we choose, however it works out, and get to the end as fast as possible. And my job is to let go of that button as fast as possible. If we do those things, then we'll win. If you get down that straight lane as fast as you can, and it's faster than the other person, you will win. It's not complicated. Like I said, we don't even think about that person in the other lane because we are, quote unquote, we're staying in our lane. What you do or what the competition does in the other lane has nothing to do with our lane. And you know what? Sometimes, and a lot of times, or I wouldn't even say a lot, we do lose. But when we lose, we never look at the person next to us. They were just better than us. And Ricky can really attest to this, and anybody that's on our crew, as soon as we lose, we're back at the trailer talking about how we could win. We're not talking about what that person that beat us, we're talking about what we could do to our race car to make it better and to make it win. And I'm saying all that to say this. I'm not trying to say that we're like super special at drag racing, but it made me think about life. That's why I'm kind of breaking it down in the way that I am. The problem in life is that most people have no vision. And when you don't have vision, you don't have purpose. And when you don't have purpose, you don't really know what you're doing or why you're doing it. So I think in life, as well as in drag racing, it's overwhelmingly important to set up a vision and to make it plain. So I wrote some notes down, and I'm going to read you. There's a verse in the Bible. It's in Habakkuk. I can't really say it correctly, so somebody's probably, well, you can't correct me because you're just typing, but Habakkuk, it's in Habakkuk 2, and there's a couple different translations of it, but this one that I like is actually out of the Message Bible, which is a different translation of this, and it says it like this: write this down, or write what you can see, write it in big block letters so that it can be read on the run. And what he's talking about there is a vision has been released. Another version of this says write it down and make it plain. I love where it says write it down in big block letters so that it can be read on the run. So I made some notes about vision and what it means in life. Number one was write it down and make it plain. We already talked about that. The second was to tell people you trust so that they can hold you accountable. Whatever that vision is in your life, whatever that goal is in your life, share it with people. Share it with the world, man. Because if you keep it in here and you don't tell anybody, no one can hold you accountable for what you want to do in this life. If you share it with your friends and you tell them what you want to do, man, well, good friends will hold you accountable for that. They'll be like, hey, man, you said you were going to do this and you're not making any steps towards that. What can we do to get you going? The other was visions don't come true by sitting there and thinking about how much you want it. They come true by doing the work and running the race. That's back to what the Bible says about writing it down and making it plain in big block letters so that you could see it on the run. Visions are constantly mobile. If you have a goal, you got to be moving. If you're stopped and you're just thinking about it, you've already lost. You have to move towards where you want to go and not just think about it. When you lose, don't look at anyone else. Don't look at the person in the other lane, and don't look at the people on your team. Look at yourself and see what you could have done better. When we do lose, it doesn't matter if the car knocked the tire off. It doesn't matter what happened. If I red lighted or if I was late or whatever, nobody blames anybody, but personally, we all reflect on what we could have done better. Never once have I told Brad that he sucked because of the tune-up, or told Heath that he sucked because of it. Never once. Well, maybe Brad's told me I sucked as a driver at one point. He normally doesn't. But we all personally evaluate what we could have done better. Even if there was a shortcoming in some other part of the team, like if I was late and Brad still thinks that his tune-up should have beat the guy in the other lane, right? That because of my shortcoming, his strength should have pulled us to the win. This next one's really important. Link up with people that have already been where you want to go. That is so unbelievably important. If you have a goal, you can see other people that are living out kind of where you want to go. It may not be exactly the same, but it may have traits of it. We want to be successful in business. We link up with successful business people, even if they don't have. Probably better to have input for people that have nothing to do with race cars. There's probably probably about 5 or 6 people that we really take business advice from that have gone farther than we are, that have been on this earth longer than we have, that have conquered things that we have yet to conquer. I want to surround myself with those people that can take us to the level that they're at. Next one is, if you start to doubt, look back and write down all the things that you've already accomplished. In my life, when I see things, like if I feel like things aren't going my way, or just a quick for instance is in the beginning of the year, we were kind of struggling with Charlie Brown. I know it was a brand new car, all those things, but man, we build race cars for a living. We don't struggle. That's how my mind works, right? We come out, we win. That's what we want to do. And we were kind of struggling just with some car things that, we were just struggling. And for me as a driver, what helped me get through that little time is to sit back and reflect at all the victories that we already had, all the things that we had already accomplished as a team. Even though they weren't right now, I feel like when you feel defeated, go back and look at your wins. And then when you come back to that place, when you come back to the racetrack, you're ready to win again because you remember what you've already did. And in life, it's no different. It's okay to alter your vision as the years go by and you get more life experience, but never make it less significant. Never make it easier. Always make it to where it's bigger and you want to do more. Again, it's okay to revisit that vision and alter it, but make it bigger. Chase after more things. And again, that vision gives your life trajectory. If you have no vision, then you're like a boat in the ocean that has no rudder, that just spins in circles, that is, the waves come and hit you, and it just takes you wherever that ocean wants to go. When you have the rudder, that's how you navigate those waves. Find your rudder, man. Find your vision, find your purpose, and you'll be successful in anything that you want to do, whether that's drag racing, that's business, life in general, relationships. Even my wife and I have a vision statement. That may sound crazy, but we got some good counseling early on in our marriage that we needed to have a vision statement for our relationship and our life of what we wanted to do. Because if we're not on the same page, then we can't accomplish anything. So find people, link up, do life together, and do it with people that help you find your vision. We love you. Have a good week. See ya.